Welcome back to the Teen Titans series right here at Comicstorian, where we take some of your favorite comic books, we break them down into digestible bites, and we read them dramatically back to you. The Teen Titans series has been going on since Rebirth, and like many of the series here at Comicstorian, has come to its inevitable conclusion. The overall plot has ended. Teen Titans started in 2016, went through two different versions of the teams, but the current team involves Damian Wayne, Crush, Lobo's daughter, Jin, a genie that was trapped in a ring, Roundhouse, Kid Flash, and Red Arrow. They've had quite a few crazy adventures, and you guys have been enjoying them here at the channel, and I'll put them down below, but the series has come to its ending. There are two last issues to cover here on the channel before we can go into our full story. So, when we last left off, Damian fought against his clone who turned out to be the other. He then left the team deciding that there were better ways to do things. Jin was trapped in a ring and she also left once she was finally given her personal freedom. So that leaves us with Crush, Red Arrow, Kid Flash, and Roundhouse trying to figure out, well, what do you do without your leader and your sixth member? It's been some time without Damian leading the Teen Titans, but that hasn't stopped the remaining members from cleaning up the mistakes they all contributed to. All of the brainwashed villains regained their memories and are back on the streets, so it's time to put them away for good. But it also helps when you have a future Superboy making sure things are done the right way. As the team closes in on Mammoth, Crush makes it very clear that they do not need Jonathan's help. And Jonathan flies in punching Mammoth, telling her that so long as they're chasing down leads to Damian, he's going to be there. He wants to know what happened to his friend. Mammoth groans, attacking, stating that they are out of control. The only thing dirty around here is them! And it's about time they heard from his sister. Shimmer powers herself up, stating that they had no right to do that thing where they wiped their minds and made them think there was someone else. And Crush quickly cracks Shimmer, telling her that that thing is a person, a friend, and you're gonna say you're sorry! But before Crush could swing again, Jonathan tells her that it's over. If these two were really dealing in human trafficking, then they need to take care of that first. Across the warehouse, Jonathan sees a vault door and he rips it open, but what he sees shocks even him. Inside the sealed vault is nothing. Nothing but a note addressed to Jonathan. As he picks it up, he reads it, and everyone asks, what did it say? Was it from Damian? John burns the note with his heat vision, and he picks up Mammoth and Shimmer and states that he will take care of these two. They should all. But Red Arrow stops him, asking, what did Damian's note say? Superboy! And as he flies off, he says that they all should have known all along. They are never finding Damian. Later, the team steps back to take a much-needed break, and without Mercy Hall, everyone has to find a way to live again. With nowhere else to really even go, Crush bunks up with Roundhouse at Mama Woo's. The two play video games, but when Roundhouse finds himself on a losing streak, Crush asks what's wrong. He sighs and he says that it's been fun now that they're all back together and that they're doing the right thing. But they aren't really friends, are they? Not after what he did, not after his betrayal. Everything that happened with Jin, it was his fault. And they all cared about her and he ruined that. Crush tells him that she isn't really good with this whole emotions thing. But she can see that he made a mistake and that he's trying to make up for it. As for Jin, well, Jin made her own decision, and they have to respect that. Unlike them, Jin was actually an adult, well, sort of anyway. All they can do now is hope that she is happy, wherever she is. Meanwhile, over at the fair, Red Arrow says that he's gotta be kidding. And Kid Flash says, why not? It's fun. Also, I really want the giant bear. But if you're too afraid that you're not as good with a BB gun as a bow, she snatches the airsoft gun and proceeds to knock down every target. And as the two leave, Kid Flash carries his new giant panda plush. Red Arrow asks, so this is what teens do? Is this what they would call a date? Kid Flash nervously laughs it off. Yeah, kind of. Usually you ask someone out to make it official. And Red Arrow laughs, so? Make it official. Kid Flash begins to ask if she would like to go out with him. And as he opens up his eyes, he finds himself alone. He looks around asking if that's a no, and a red arrow whizzes by, followed by several more. But before Kid Flash could ask what's going on, one of the arrows manages to strike him from behind, and then he gets cracked in the head with a bow. A voice through Red Arrow says, "Ah, young love, sorry to say, you'll never know her answer, but don't worry, I have plans for you and Red Arrow." A hand reaches out, touching Kid Flash, and he blinks and his eyes turn red, and a voice continues to state, "These idiots sent Deathstroke after you, but he took the money and ran. From what I've seen, the only way to tear apart the Teen Titans is with the Teen Titans." And as Joystick finishes, he begins to laugh as Red Arrow and Kid Flash fall in line behind him. A short while later, back in New York, Crush and Roundhouse sneak into a building looking for the others when they see Red Arrow and Kid Flash snarling at them. Before Crush could react, Kid Flash begins running, hitting her, and Joystick asks if she knows what Kid Flash really thinks of her. She's strong but unstable, and it makes her weak. And Roundhouse, well, Red Arrow has some pretty strong feelings about him. She felt that he wasn't ready for any of this. Red Arrow fires an electric arrow, shocking Roundhouse, but as his suit fails, she then springs a net, capturing him, and Joystick says, "And I gotta say, I agree." Joystick runs in, kicking Crush in the stomach, asking, "You thought it was a joke? This is my castle. I own this building now, and soon I'll be king." Crush starts to pick herself back up, and she looks at Red Arrow, stating that she knows that this isn't her. "We've stopped Joystick before!" Red Arrow pulls back on her bow, points the arrow at Crush's head, and Crush stops. "Please!" The arrow is released, shooting by Crush's head and into Kid Flash, sending a massive shockwave throughout the entire building. As he falls, Joystick scratches his head. "Wow, I actually felt that." And Red Arrow tells everyone to be ready. She's switching to explosive arrows. She begins to fire, but as the arrows miss Kid Flash, Joystick says that she should be careful. "You had your shot and you missed." Red Arrow says that he should know her by now. She doesn't miss. Soon the arrows explode, taking out the support beams, and the entire building begins to come crashing down. As the dust settles, Red Arrow quickly crawls out of the debris over to see Kid Flash and check on him. And she notices that his heart isn't beating. In a panic, she screams out, "What do we do?" And Kid Flash begins to cough, stating that they can't hear his heartbeat because he breathes so fast. It also beats extra fast when she's... But before he could finish, she pulls him in by the costume, giving him a kiss. Crush and Roundhouse laugh and then point. Finally! They should probably... yeah. Leaving the two lovebirds behind, Crush and Roundhouse look through the building and find another vault. Crush tears the door off to find an empty room for another note, but this one is addressed Titans. As the sun comes up, the police come to take Joystick away, and Crush asks, "What now?" Every criminal that has had its mind wiped has been brought to justice. And Roundhouse asks, "Did we really fix things? Without Damien, how can we really know that this is all over? What's with the random cryptic numbers on that piece of paper?" Red Arrow tells him that they aren't random. They're coordinates. One last location from Damian Wayne. He may have given up on being a Titan, but he's not given up on toying with them. Roundhouse asks if she thinks that he's here. And Red Arrow says there's only one way to find out, so the Teen Titans follow the last coordinates left by their leader, Robin. What they find isn't Damian Robin, but Nightwing. Roundhouse asks if it's really him, and Nightwing gives a normal Nightwing Dick Grayson smirk as he says, "Looks like we both got a note from Damian. The League didn't approve of you guys, the Titans that is. You were forced to shut down. But Damian had an idea, a suggestion, for both of us. As for goodbyes, well, this actually gives him some hope." Red Arrow says, "Hope for who?" And Nightwing shrugs. "Maybe Damian, but definitely the Teen Titans. As for this, maybe we can work together. I can certainly offer you guys a home, and there's a chance that we can make things right for you, but only if you guys want it. I'm not Damian. I'm not gonna force you to do anything, and if you don't want to, then I simply will wish you the best. So how about it?" The Teen Titans all look at each other, and they smile as they look back at Nightwing. And Nightwing motions back, revealing the rest of the Titans, stating, "All right, Teen Titans, I'd like to welcome you all to Titans Tower." And that concludes Teen Titans Rebirth. The series is now officially over. There is a death metal spin-off, which is all these groups coming together. We'll be covering that one very, very soon. And then we're going to be moving on to the new Teen Titans series that is apparently coming out after Future State. I hope you guys enjoyed this series right here. The new one's going to be Titans Academy. Totally new idea. I have no idea what's going on with Damian. I really wish they would have given us some kind of an answer, but I feel like that's going to come in a Batman book or a Robin book. We'll find out very soon. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget, you can find us over at patreon.com/Comicstorian for early access to a lot of our products and our podcasting. Don't forget to check out our Dungeons & Dragons superhero-themed game. Right now, 2 of our cast members are Nightwing and Harley Quinn battling against the death metal guys in that whole series, and we're about to start a Red Hood and Arsenal series. Link to our gaming channel is down below. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you next time right here. Also, special shout out to you Patreons.